When I was a little kid, I loved playing with Legos. You got to build whatever your mind could create. And entrepreneurship's the same thing. You build what you want to build, and through this process of building all these amazing ideas, you change the world.
The spirit of entrepreneurialism is ideas. You get an idea and it's an intangible impulse, and then you bring together the people and the resources that you need to actually make that into something tangible and
real. We are trying to build an app to track your health, fitness, and your diet data.
Labels you see on art only have the name, maybe the medium, and a price tag on it.
Localize is a platform to crowdsource small business ideas for local communities.
Hello, my name is Yasmin. I am a business person. My idea is called Ad Grader.
I actually pitched my idea more so before the actual pitch than I did after, and I felt like that was really necessary so that I could meet as many people as possible.
How many times have you gone out to the bar only to find out that it's a complete dude fest or no one's there?
When we heard about this event, we decided to kind of let our imaginations run wild. It was one of those things where, we said, why don't we just come up with an idea? We don't know how to do it, we'll pitch it, and maybe this could be the perfect place to get that off the ground.
So we're looking for everything: programmers, developers, marketing. We believe this is the next step in GPS check-in apps.
Every company is a startup. At some point, it's started up. Everybody here has an idea that they're passionate about, so I think there's people here who are committed.
One of the first things that we did was we talked about limitations, and we talked about realistic expectations.
We really were able to narrow down exactly what we wanted our product to be. Scope, everything. We started so big with all these ideas, with everything we wanted to accomplish, and said, what can be done by Sunday?
Be introspective about the capabilities that you have and the capabilities of your team, and make sure that you're looking at what are the things that are slowing your growth or are preventing you from winning certain business and that sort of thing, and backfill against that.
Tomorrow is sort of get our prototype up, ready, talk to the people we need to talk to get the permission and get the real data, and then Sunday is sort of our how do we pitch this the best way humanly possible day. So tomorrow is build it, Sunday is pitch it.
I think being an entrepreneur is knowing when to stand up for an idea that makes the difference in an idea, whether it's a good or a bad idea, and when to know when to compromise on something that really doesn't matter.
We're a little behind on the data we plan to collect. Sort of the rain is messing us up, and it's taken a little bit longer to get our logo and all that stuff up so that we can actually go public. It's sort of started out as a marketplace for ideas, and I think it still is founded in that, but now it's sort of a on-point, at a vacancy in your town, log on and tell your community, vote for what that storefront should be, and then you sort of use that data in powerful ways.
What we wanted to do is create a way for people to see a snapshot of what the venue they were going to ahead of time. We've all been in a situation where you're looking to go out, you text ahead to a buddy who's already there, or to a girlfriend that's already there saying, is it lame, is it cool, should I even come out? This does that for you by providing a snapshot, so you can kind of make a decision ahead of time without needing to rely on a friend already being there.
So at the beginning, we heard these two pitches of similar ideas to our own, and instead of competing against them, we said, hey, join our team. All of us working together to meld all these different ideas we had on trying to improve student achievement as well as really engage students.
We're actually ahead of schedule.
So we're trying now to figure out exactly what we want to build on to our original scope, and it's a great problem to have.
We had to figure out exactly what we were going to build by the end of the weekend, which is going to be very different from the long-term vision. So it was interesting dissecting it and seeing what the minimal product is or what it should be when we launch it. So it's been an interesting ride. We're definitely behind. So we're scaling down what we decided to build so that we can have something to show on Sunday night.
I think everyone's worried about sort of the questions we'll get asked, you know, if someone were to hand us $100,000 tomorrow, as opposed to how can we build this the best way for tomorrow. But I think we'll be in a better position in a couple hours.
Understanding what your team's abilities and limitations are from the very start and knowing how those pieces fit together has been the biggest learning experience today.
Yeah, I think if you take where we were last night and compare it to where we are right now, we would say that we've made tons of progress, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like today we just plodded along and dealt with one issue after the other, and spent half an hour dealing with something that seemed trivial.
Isn't really relevant to the problem you're trying to solve, and so just sort of keeping that out of the out of the way is just critically important to being successful.
We're at the end of the second night. We have overcome our major hurdle, which is having something to demonstrate. And now it's just, how do we want to sell it? How do we want to make it look? How good can we get in the next 24 hours?
It's gonna work. There's not a doubt in my mind that come Sunday, we're gonna have something to show for the 8+ people we have working on our team.
I think we were able to do a good job of prioritizing on what we needed to focus on for tomorrow night. Because that's the whole goal. It's just to get something to show tomorrow night. I'm gonna stay and work on some last minute things organized for tomorrow so that we are ready to rock and roll tomorrow.
Done a couple different variations. We just got the judging's guidelines emailed to us.
Right.
So I need to add a few things, and we also were told that it has to be 4 minutes, not 5 minutes.
So you have to take out a few
I have to take out a few things too. So I have some work to do in the next hour and a half.
I was writing our pitch and practicing it diligently. It's been like slow motion insanity. We've been on track. We knew what we had to do coming in here. The biggest part of today is the pitch. Realistically, we get 4 minutes to sum up all the work we've done. And so everything we need is to perfection at this point, and now we just got to sell it. And we knew we had to do that coming in today, so.
Everybody was working on getting the site up on the server. We're definitely doing everything at the last minute. I wanted somewhere quiet so that I could hear myself think. I wanted to practice an outline. I have this thing where when I give a presentation, I have to memorize the first line. There are currently 114 million blogs on the internet that advertise in some fashion.
Working paycheck to paycheck. All right? Has to decide whether to put food on the table or take care of his personal health needs.
The point is, every time you go out, you're probably looking for a different experience. 5 minutes flew by. and I think we got the main points across. It would have been great to get every single thing we wanted in there, but I think overall we got the point across.
So, walk by said storefront, type in a code to the property number, and vote.
And we're going to offer a rebate program to stimulate growth.
Let's go to where the students are. Let's go on Facebook. A pitch really comes from the heart, and I think that this pitch definitely came right from there. And let's create an application that puts students, the school, the teachers, the administrators, the community, and the parents safely on Facebook.
No matter how great the technology is, unless you have good people that are helping you to execute on it, you're just never going to be successful. You're never going to be able to grow the business.
The judges, they had this crazy metrics, they had charts and numbers, and then they brought in the heart factor, and there was a lot of discussion there. So from all the teams that they had, it actually turns out that third place, they couldn't get around it. There was a tie for third place, and the tie for third place went to Dapperly. Where's Dapperly?
We're looking to Startup City. I mean, people have full-time jobs. People, we have to find out who can contribute what. We have to figure out what needs we have.
Definitely.
We have to figure out what we can do and the best steps to move forward as a team, as individuals, and as a company.
And also was Talk Chalk. Talk Chalk tied.
We tied for third, and that means we got our LLC covered, and we got $500 as well as 6 months of office space. So I'm delighted. This for me, the big goal for me was to walk away from this with a team. And we not only got a team, we got a 10-person team. So this is wonderful.
For second place, we had Localized. Is that the name they've come across? Localized?
This is the first time I'm actually living it, so I guess I'm just another sleep-deprived, overworked entrepreneur at this point.
And the number one team from Baltimore Startup, from the first Baltimore Startup weekend, I'm proud to announce, $2,500, Parking Panda.
We talked to some of the judges.
They said we got close.
Yeah, they said we got close, that we were essentially within the top 7.
It's very reassuring to know that we were within the top 7 and that there was just little things we needed to tweak.
Overall, we feel like we did a really good job. We're excited. We're actually all going to continue working on it in some form.
It could be described as an addiction. I won't stop, man. I'll just keep doing it.
Anything that ills this world can be solved if only a small group of people dedicated come together to solve it.